Alright guys, today we have Nitrobe 77. This is a test knife. You can go back and watch my video about all the ones that Roman sent. This was done by Roman at K Knives Switzerland on Instagram. I will put his link down below for those of you who are not familiar with him. And only one of the test knives that is based on his shard model has a handle on it, so this is not something Roman did. I cut these out of a scrap piece of pallet real quick at work, sanded them down, hit them on a belt grinder real quick, drilled some holes, and threw some mismatch hardware pieces on there to make it work. The tape is stuck behind there because, as you'll see in the video, I started cutting without the handles on there and it just started hurting my hand too much. So I went ahead and stuck these on here. This is not something Roman did. This is something I did super quick just to make it easier to test. First, we're going to watch the cutting real quick. Then come back, talk a little bit about Nitrobe 77, and then we will talk about the results of how the steel did. Roman's doing awesome things. If you are not familiar with him, before you watch this, please go check out his Instagram and see the kind of stuff he's doing. Then come back, finish my video, and go from there. So let's watch the cutting, and here we go. Alright, just wanted to throw this correction in there. You will hear me talk about Roman did run this particular Nitrobe 77 at 63, and he has since tailored his heat treat and runs it at 64 to 64 and a half now. So keep that in mind after you watch the cutting and you hear me talk about it being 63 HRC. Now that we watched the cutting, go ahead and talk about Nitrobe 77 real quick, and then we'll get into the results. So Nitrobe 77 was an experimental steel, and unfortunately it is no longer made. It also has the highest amount of nitrogen in any martinistic steel at 0.9%, and this steel only has 0.1% carbon. After we talk about the results, you guys will understand why that stuff is important for this. So Roman ran this at 63 HRC. If you haven't had a chance to look at any of his micrographs that show his microstructure and just how fine it is, how nice it is compared to lots of other pictures of the microstructure of heat-treated steels that you can find online. Roman works some magic on everything he touches. So we'll start out with, I sharpened this up. I knew absolutely nothing about Nitrobe 77. I sharpened this up just like the other ones that are done really well. It's sharpened up super easy. Deburred within just a couple of passes on the strop. The edge comes up very nice. And I went to testing with it. This was run on a coarse edge at 15 degrees per side, like all my other tests. Stropped on 6, 3, then 1 micron. And on the first test, I got 170 feet fine edge, another 329 feet working edge, for a total of 499 feet. Yeah, pretty amazing for what this steel is. So I sharpened it, ran it again, and the second time, 162 feet fine edge, another 344 feet working edge, for a total of 506 feet. Just to be sure that it wasn't a fluke, just to be absolutely positive that this was doing what it was doing. Ran it a third time. 169 feet fine edge, another 342 feet working edge, for a total of 511 feet. Go look on my spreadsheet, take a look, and there's one thing you're gonna notice. If you compare what this Nitrobe 77 that Roman sent me to test did compared to everything else that I have tested to date, what Steve has tested that I have the information on that's on the spreadsheet, and what Tom has tested, you're going to notice one thing. The only thing that beat this, that wasn't another steel done by Roman, was Maximate. So that gives you an idea of just how good this is in cutting. I was super surprised by it. I didn't know what to expect. Roman's very happy with it. It's repeatable. I do know that he does have a little bit of Nitrobe 77 left. I'm not sure what his plans are for that. This is how it did though. Absolutely amazing. For the chemical makeup of this steel, it did phenomenal. Just one more point of reference showing how good Roman's microstructure is, that results from the heat treat that he does on all these different steels. So go check out Roman. That's all I have for this one. As always, I appreciate your time, and thanks for watching.